Today's video, nothing too crazy, just FA Cup semi-final at Wembley against Arsenal. Run-of-the-mill game, I suppose. Hello, how you doing? Welcome to part number 5. I had to think about that then, that's gone quick. Part number 5 of Club 3 here on the MyCareer save on Football Manager with Wolverhampton Wanderers. And in today's video, it is only going to be a one-game video, but it's going to be a very important game because it is, as mentioned, FA Cup semi-final time against Arsenal, who are second in the table. We're 9th. So there's a bit of a difference there. But that is the only game today. We're going to be playing that one. Obviously, it's a very big one, and fingers crossed we can pull off a bit of an upset. If we can't, we lose nothing. So we might as well go for it. And if you're excited to see us go for it and try and get ourselves to an FA Cup final, then don't forget to leave a big like on the video for me, and don't forget to subscribe as well. It is completely free to do so, and you'll keep up to date with the nonsense that comes out of this face on a regular basis. So, not a lot has happened since you were last with us. So, we played only the 2 games since. I believe the last time you saw us was Everton. It's been a few days since I've recorded, I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty sure it was Everton. And since then, we did play a friendly just because we did have an international break. And then we actually had a win against Tottenham at home. Great. Loss against Crystal Palace at home. Not so great. But the Crystal Palace one was a weird one. The first half, we were just dominated. It was really difficult to get going. I did a couple of tactical tweaks in the second half, and we looked like a different team. The formation stayed the same, just a couple of tactical tweaks and some personnel changes. Adson Juan got what I remember was being a really good goal, but again, it's been a few days. I'm probably misremembering just how good it was. One of the goals was an own goal as well. You know, just sometimes it never rains, but it pours. But I feel like Adson Juan's goal was pretty good, although I can't remember it too well. But yeah, around this period we were flying. We were looking so much better than they were. Adson Juan just power driver into the bottom corner. Bearing in mind, he's playing as an attacking midfielder when he does not have attacking midfielder as one of his positions. We are trying to train it into him, and he's shown a couple of glimpses of magic, like there, for example. So I'm hoping that we can kind of continue with that and get him to be that. But as you can see, well, you can't see because I'm currently in the way. Let me just move over here. You can see that we are at the business end of the season. So after today, there's only 5 games of the season left. So once I've played this game, we'll go through to the final 2 games of the season against Leeds and Bristol City, and we'll finish the season off with those. Which I believe was episode 1 way back when, or was it? Or was it episode 2? It might have been episode 2. I joined, when did I join? I joined around here somewhere. It was in November, actually. I didn't play the first couple of games, I don't think. I think I went straight to here, and I think they were the first 2 games that you saw. I think. I can't remember. I think that's what I did. I genuinely can't. I could check. I'm not going to check. I can't be bothered. But yeah, it was something along those lines. So we have got that as a bit of a run-in at the end of the season, including an away game at the Valley again. Well, we know how well the last one went, so fingers crossed this one can go well as well. But the main event today is Arsenal. Now, the last time we played them, it was off camera, but actually we dominated them 3-0 and really upset the apple cart in the title race. So the question is, can we do the same today? I'm not as hopeful, if I'm honest. I don't think we're going to be repeating the same thing, but we've had a heck of a run since I joined. Obviously, you know, we've had the occasional loss here or there, but we've looked a completely different team. It makes you wonder where we would have been had we started the season with Wolves, and conversely makes you wonder how we'll do next season. But that's getting ahead of ourselves. Let's have a look and see the 11 that's hopefully going to try and take us to FA Cup final glory. It's not going to happen, but this is the 11 we're going to be using. It's going to be Samba in goal, Roberts, Usain, Mupiyu and Aitnuri in defence, Matusiwa and Andre in the middle. Remember, Bietic is cup tied. And then we've got the return of Darvic. It's his first game back after injury. He's going to have Gomez and Fernandez supporting Frigan as the lone striker. Gomez, again, I don't know what to do with him. I just don't know what to do with him. He played well against Charlton. Misses a penalty against Everton. Gets subbed off. Misses a penalty against Tottenham. Gets subbed off. I don't know what to do with him. I genuinely... There's a formula to get the best out of him, and every now and then there's a game where he does well. Admittedly, that was not against a very good team, but then he did well against Villa both times. We can't go back far enough to see the other game against Villa, but it's just, I can't work out what to do with him. So he's getting sold in the summer. I'm fed up with him, so we're going to beat him off. But he will start today for lack of options. The other option would be, where is he? Brian Gill, but he's also not playing particularly well. I feel like Brian Gill should be on the bench though. Kalajic hasn't done much for us recently. We'll do that. And Sonko will be the backup striker. So Brian Gill will be on the bench. He's the other option to start there. I'm going to give Angel Gomez the chance and we'll just see whether we can do something. Right. Deep breath, everybody. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get ourselves 3 points. Ben Cook, by the way. I can't remember whether I'd already called him up to the senior side, but he looks like he could be a bit special. He's got 5-star potential. He's got 2-star current ability at the moment. I think he could be a bit special. I'm trying to work out if he's an attacking midfielder because he's got good passing, or a striker because he's got good finishing. He's also not particularly quick, so I am thinking to myself, maybe we make him a striker as a deep line forward, and that might be the best way to use him so people can run off of him. But he's got very good finishing as well as decent passing, so it's a lethal combination. None of that matters though, because we're here at Wembley, and well, this is a very, very big game. A very big game indeed. And the question is, can we get past Arsenal like we did in the league? And can we get ourselves another date at Wembley in the FA Cup final? We've already had one date before this game in the Carabao Cup final. This is our second semi-final of the season. It could very well lead to our second final of the season. And we've started off really well here. Wolves whipped in. Fregan is there and it's just wide. And it's an early opportunity for us to try and go in the lead. And we're dominating with the highlights at the moment. Right, ball into Darvic. Looking to get some of that magic in. Fernandes! Fernandes! Oh, two glorious opportunities early on. And we do not take them. We do not take them at all. And we cannot afford to waste chances like that. Both Fernandes and Fregan. Darvic looking great on his return from injury, of course. We really did miss him when he wasn't in the team, and it's good to have him back. What a signing he's turned out to be in this second half of the season. Hopefully he can continue. We've been all over Arsenal, but other than possession, again, we are not a possession-heavy team. Obviously, that will come with higher quality players, but we are all over them at the moment, and we force a really, really good save out of Karnasechi. Darvic with the free kick. He's going to go over and take that corner. He's going to be looking for the head of Ute, you would imagine. The question is he going to be able to find him? It's whipped in. Fernandes was under it. Ute, that is the second time in this save that Ute has tried an overhead kick. An outrageous overhead kick. And I am cross, yet tickled pink about it as well. That's utterly ridiculous that he's just tried that. We are, match momentum wise, all over them. Like, they are just not having a good time at all. They don't know what to do with us. Roberts now whipping it in, looking for Fregan. Oh, it's on target this time, but again, it's another opportunity that goes begging, and we are going to rue these chances if we cannot put them in the back of the net. We are going to rue them, and that is half time. And by rights, we should be ahead by at least 1-0. I'm going to say that one because actually, while we are having lots of shots, we are having lots of chances, we're not hitting the target. And really, if you don't hit the target, what's the point? It's all well and good having all of these shots, but they are having more of the ball. And while we're doing more with it, we're not doing enough with it, quite frankly. I'm going to make a bold change. Fregan off, Ben Cook on. Because I want to give him a chance. We're going to play him as a deep line forward on attack. And I just want to see how it works. Because again, he's 6'2". Aerially, he's not necessarily the best. But he's a presence. He's got decent-ish strength. Again, finishing 15. His composure's okay. Okay, his concentration's not great. But his passing's pretty good. His vision's good as well. He's got decent-ish flair. I just want to go for it. I want to give him a chance. And this, you never know. You just don't know unless you give a player a chance. Angel Gomez has not done particularly well. Fernandes has looked okay at times, but he's not really thrilled me. I'm actually going to put Fernandes in the middle, and I'm going to bring on Nadson Juan. Because again, he just is a little dynamo and can just do things. Let's just make those changes. It's risky. We're bringing the kids on, but you just don't know until you give them a chance. Let's just give them a chance. It could be a horrible, ridiculous thing to do, but the players they're replacing weren't doing much anyway, so let's see what happens. Right, Darvic with the corner again. Again, he's going to look for Ute. No, he looks for PU. Oh my God. How many chances are we going to get that go off target? How many opportunities are we going to get to put this away and just not do it? Oh my word. Right, we need to step up. I'm going to demand more from the boys. Arsenal are starting to get a foothold in the game now slightly. But, oh my God, how much are we going to rue? Really, what we're going to rue? Oh my God, has Nadson Juan just given away a penalty? The most innocuous penalty. Tell me that gets disallowed. Tell me that gets disallowed. Tell me that does not get given. For what? Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Oh, Samba. Oh, it's a Samba party. Samba's gone and saved it. It's still 0-0. I'd have been outraged, absolutely outraged, if that was the way that we did not go through. Due to a penalty. The softest penalty you've ever seen after the way we've dominated the game. Not just if we went out because of that penalty, but with how we've played as well. Although Arsenal are very much getting a foothold in the game, as one would expect. We are still giving it our best, but they're starting to have highlights now. It's coming. Whether we like it or not, it's coming. Samba did a terrible job there. We sort of managed to clear it. Andre heads it to Cook. Right, can Cook hold it up? No, he goes back to Roberts. Probably a decent move, actually. And, well, I mean, you tell me whether you think that's over the line. I'm starting to question whether maybe the linesman's on our side, maybe. Right, I'm going to fire the boys up. Come on. Come on. They've really got back into this half. We need to push on a little bit more. Right, we have a free kick here. Samba. Big ball out to Aït-Nouri. Aït-Nouri looking for Nadson Juan, who gave away that penalty but got away with it. Heavy touch from him. Really disappointing. He's looked really good, but maybe we were just hoping a bit too much from him in a position he doesn't normally play. That might be a mistake. Well, it is a mistake on my part because he's not having a good game at all, really, is he? Neither's Cook. I think we've made a mistake on that one as well. Right, well, we live and die by our errors. Darvic has kind of quietened down as well. He isn't fully fit, though, so I'm kind of not surprised by that. I'm looking and thinking about substitutions, and I don't really know what to do to try and change the game. Samba, I tell you what, we're not changing him, though. It's offside, so it's okay. Right. Changes. I'm not taking these two off because I'll feel bad, which is ridiculous because it shouldn't come down to that. But I'm going to put Cook in the middle and change into a shadow striker. Let's just go for it on that one. And then, do you know what? We will do that. Fernandes can come off for Sonko. So I'll have Cook and Juan there. I'm going to keep Darvic on just because he is our best player. And then Matisse was been poor. We'll bring on Sugawara on. And I still have one final change. But I'm going to save it just in case. Yeah, I'm going to save it just in case. And let's just go for it. Right, we fired the boys up. It's in their hands now. We're still the better team overall. We dominated them in that first half. And we've had chances in the second one. We are still the better team in this game. And by rights, we should be going through. But instead, it's going to be going to extra time. I mean, we've dominated in terms of everything. Oh, wow, I mean, XG, that second half, they really have done one on us. And it's the brilliance of Samba that's kept us in, actually. But that first half, we should be well ahead. I'm going to tell them they're doing well, even though I'm a little bit disappointed. Darvic, I'm just going to ask him to keep going, even though he's dead. Ben Cook, I'm going to say that. Nadson Juan, I'm going to say that. And Sugawara, let's keep going. I'll leave everything else as it is. Right. 2 more changes. Darvic is shattered. We've got to take Darvic off. So Gill's going to come on. I'm going to put Cook. Oh, do you know what? I'm thinking actually. I am going to put Cook back up front. And I'm debating going with wingers for a little bit. Just trying to stretch them a little bit more. Juan on one wing. Sonko on the other. Do we do that? I haven't used wingers in a little while. And then I'm thinking Sonko. Inside forward on attack, so he's cutting in and helping out. And then Juan can go inside with the ball. And you're already cutting inside anyway, but you can sit narrower. And Try and get you in a little bit more. And then Bryan Gil can go back to being an attacking midfielder on support. And we'll just get him to hold things up and take more risks with his passing. Maybe. Maybe? Is that mad? I don't know. We're changing a lot of tactics here. I just want to give us a chance to try and just surprise them a little bit. And that, I think, is the one. Now, we've used our 5 changes. We've got 1 substitution left. I am tempted to leave things as they are and then make a decision on the final one, but I think it will be a defensive one. I'm looking at my PU on the yellow card, actually, and I actually have decided Dan Hughes is going to come on. That's our final change. Right, Sonko, Hughes, Gill. We'll say that to them. Right. Let's just go for it. Let's just absolutely go for it. We've gone wide. They're playing with inverted guys as well, so what I'm hoping is our wide boys might be able to just catch them out a little bit. Oh, I'll tell you what, Cook came close to intercepting there. Right, come on. Oh, Aït-Nouri's done really well there. Aït-Nouri needs to find someone. Right, he's ended up with Sonko, who wouldn't have been there if he wasn't playing wide. Into Bryan Gil. Bryan Gil with the shots! And Bryan Gil, of all people, he's been an outsider for the majority of the season while I've been here. Might have just put us in an FA Cup final. And Sonko drifts out wide, does his job. Bryan Gil just goes in from the attacking midfield spot and gets us 1-0 ahead. We lead against Arsenal. I think we deserve that. From that first half where we were dominant, and even the second half where we showed signs of life, I think we deserve that. But do Arsenal have tricks up their sleeve? It's an interception. Nadson Juan is tackled. Nadson Juan is tackled off the ball here, and Arsenal have another opportunity here. We're going to try and win the ball off of them again, I'm assuming. Right, Simic. Heavy touch, but manages to get away with it. Looking to whip it in. He does. Looking for head of Declan Rice, who heads it just over. Samba looked like he had it kind of dealt with all the way here. And I tell you what, we've got a free kick. Gil whipping it in, looking for Aït-Nouri. Cannot find him, but he will get the rebound of it. Aït-Nouri now. He hasn't got anyone with him for support. Whipping it in, looking for the head of Hughes. Kind of set she's got the little day. Like, we know from our Deportivo save before we started MyCareer, we know how good kind of set she is. So it's no surprise to see him claim that. Right, an Arsenal build from the back here. Ben White going out wide. Looking for Saka. Looking for Rice, heads it down. It's a poor header from him, though. Cook and Bryan getting in each other's way, but Bryan gets away with it. He's waiting for someone. Bryan went for the shot. The problem is, again, Cook playing as a deep line forward. He's not the quickest in the world. He's not going to be able to race forward as an extra man there as quickly as someone else. The problem we've got is we don't have, in my opinion, a proper Premier League quality striker. Frigan can do it every now and then. He's not quite at the level we need, though. Right, all of our substitutions are used. Our defence is starting to tar, but our attack is still looking relatively fresh. One thing I'm a bit concerned about is the amount of tired legs on Arsenal's pitch makes me think that they've still got substitutions. And that worries me a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've got one left. They've got a sub left, which really worries me. Right. We're going to be pressing Kiwior. We're going to be maybe pressing Tar. Yeah, we'll press Tar. Declan Rice is shattered. We'll go in hard on him. Waneri will leave as is. Bukayo Saka hasn't had a good game. We'll leave as is. Simic has come on. What do we need to do to him? He's got a weak left foot. Let's get him on that left peg. And we'll leave it at that, I think. Right, let's go. We've got no subs left anyway. Let's carry on as we're doing, because what we're doing is fine. It's working. And we'll just see the time run out, hopefully. Andre's got a yellow card. Calafiori's picked up a yellow for them as well. Time running out for Arsenal. No highlights in this second half of extra time so far. The time is running out for Arsenal. Could we get to an FA Cup final in our first season? Arsenal have a late corner. It's whipped in. Kiwior is there. Oh, it's heartbreak. Kind of set she'd come up as well. Right. I'm gonna go to the middle one, which is the tweets one for the last game against Crystal Palace, but these guys can go back out wide again. Juan hasn't really done anything today, which is a bit disappointing. Neither has Ben Cook, which I kind of suspected would happen, but I thought I'd give him the chance anyway. Oh, that's a gut punch. We're still in the game. We're still in the game. Let's not be too despondent. We are still in this game. There is still every chance that we can get something out of it. But that is heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking. I'm going to leave you as you are. Just be a natural winger. You can keep cutting inside. Oh, man. I'm gutted by that. I'm absolutely gutted. Right, we're on attacking. Let's go for it. Nothing else we can do. Let's go for it. Right. Moneri's corner was great. Keywall with the header. I just had a feeling when that highlight came up, it was going to go that way. It is what it is. Right, final couple of minutes with late highlight. Nuri in. Utah! Oh my word. There's a reason why this guy was my favourite player when we started at Wolves. I raved about him as a centre-back. Oh my word. I raved about him as a centre-back, and then he goes and does that in the final added minute of FA Cup extra time. He goes and does that. Sir Ute goes and does that. Oh my god. Well, we've got an FA Cup final to play at the end of the season. What is happening? How have we done? 2 finals in my first season. Just saying. Wow. I have no words for that. I mean, it's 10 o'clock at night, which is the reason why I'm not being ridiculously loud. Or trying not to be. Wow. Got through to the FA Cup final. What more is there to say? On top of just trying to finish as high up in the Premier League as possible, because we've already achieved what we set out to do. We've got a bit of money as well. Ute, that is a clutch moment from him. That is the amount of big boy performances in that game. Can we just point out Bryce Samba? I mean, he's only got a 7.6. The game of his life, to do that. Ute clutch in the last few minutes. His 5th goal of the season, the most important one of the season. Nuri never giving up, looking like an absolute monster. Sonko looking great when he came on as well. Brian Gill doing the business when he's been out of favour. Darvic tapered off but started well. Fernandez again started well but didn't really do much. Frigan, he's lucky because the amount of chances he missed is almost criminal. What level are you? Decent Premier League striker. He's a backup striker if I've ever seen one, because he had so many opportunities. I mean, that goal return at the bottom there is misleading because the amount of chances he's had in that game has been ridiculous. Like, and look there, against Tottenham he gets 2, but the big gap before, hasn't scored since. I mean, it's going slightly off topic. We know what we need to do next season to really help this squad. It's get a proper striker. It is get a proper striker, but that's for next season. We are into the FA Cup final, and it's currently unknown. You can't properly see it, but it's currently unknown. We don't know who it's going to be. Who is it between? Manchester United and Manchester City. So it could be a repeat of the Carabao Cup final where we get stuffed. I don't mind if we lose it. I'm just happy that we got there. Right, well, that is going to be it for today. We are going to be back for the end of the season, which is going to be obviously Leeds and Bristol City at the end of the Premier League season anyway. But then we've got an FA Cup final. So what I might do, I might bin the Leeds game off. Depending on, before it, I'll have a check of where we actually are in the league. If it looks like it could be for something, let's say that it's for, what's the gap? I mean, it's a 5-point gap between ourselves and Manchester United, who are in 6th. If it looks like we could get into Europe via the league, I will show you both if needed. If not, I will show you the final game against Bristol City, and then we'll segue nicely into the FA Cup final at Wembley against one of the Manchester clubs. That feels like the best way to go. I think that's what we'll do, and we'll just see what happens from that point. But that is a ridiculous achievement. Wolves' history. I'm a Villa fan. I don't know much about Wolves' history. So they've won the top league in England 3 times. Now they've won 4 FA Cups. When's the last time they won the FA Cup? 1960. First FA Cup since 1960 potentially. And it's also their first final since 1960. Look at the times they've been runners-up. The last time they got to the final, they won it. So we've got a bit of pressure on us. I'm not focusing too much on that pressure. I don't mind too much, again, if we don't actually make it to lifting the trophy. This is step 1. But if we can do that with the Wolves team as it is at the moment, a Wolves team who, by the way, are currently, as predicted to finish 13th, who are currently 9th. If we can do that with them, imagine what we can do with them once we've actually been able to craft it into our own proper team. Hopefully, we'll be unstoppable. We've got to get to the end of the season before we can find that out first. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, how could you not? Then please don't forget to leave a like on there for me, and do not forget to subscribe as well. It's completely free to do so, and I think an FA Cup final is worth it personally. I've been Stu, you guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.